Hi, so this week we talked about the four main different tissue types that are present throughout our body. When I was reading this, I divided the four into groups of two that I thought were the most similar, and that helped me compare and contrast. I thought that the connective tissue and epithelial tissue were the most similar because one lines all of the organs and spaces, and then the other fills the spaces. It'd be the epithelial lines everything, and the connective tissue is what holds it all together. And then these two both have a protective aspect for the body. The epithelial tissue is like a um, regulation barrier that is necessary for everything that comes in and out. And then the connective tissue helps with the stabilization of the joints and make sure we don't damage any of that. And then the other two would be the muscle tissue and the nervous tissue. And those I thought were similar because they're both divided into voluntary and involuntary motions. The muscles are divided then further into smooth, cardiac, and skeletal muscles, while the um, neurons are divided into somatic versus autonomic motions. And so that I think is important to recognize between the two of them. And then also, muscle and nervous tissue have multiple cells that are active in one signal. For the nervous tissue, you can have a neuron in the brain, but then has to send a signal into your arm. And so um, you would have more than one that are needed for the process. And then for the muscles, more than one muscle cell is needed in order to um, contract the larger muscle. So these four main muscle types are really important to understand, and I think there's a lot of similarities and differences between them that make it easier to distinguish each of them. Thanks.